So today we are going to do something called using tape diagrams to represent our ratios. If you remember, a ratio is two quantities, two numbers. If you look on my screen, I have a box that represents the beginner trail and a box, or some boxes actually, that represent the expert trail. So for example, I see if there's one box here and there's 4 boxes here. What can I determine? Well, I don't really know how long the beginning trail is. I don't know how many miles it is. So I'm not able to figure out the expert trail as well. However, I can tell you that the expert trail is 4 times as long as the beginning trail. So we're going to write that down. So on your screen here, you see it says that the expert trail is 4 times as long as the beginner trail. So if you would write that in your notes for me, please. Now we could also go the other direction, and instead of saying that the expert trail is 4 times as long as the beginner trail, we could say that the beginner trail is 1 out of 4, or 1/4 of the expert trail. So we're going to write both of those down. So the beginner trail is 1/4 the length of the expert trail. Now I don't have any quantities, so I can't solve anything. If I would know how long the beginning trail was, for example, if I said that the beginning trail was 1,000 feet, you would be able to take this and solve the expert trail. Well, the expert trail then would be, well, if this is 1,000, that means all of these are 1,000. So the expert trail would be 4,000 feet total. So my ratio is basically 1:4 here in my picture. And I could say 1,000 to 4,000 if that was the length of my trail. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some problems here. Example 1. The tape diagram represents the ratio of blue monsters, we have blue monsters, to green monsters you caught in a game. You caught 10 green monsters. How many blue monsters did you catch? Well, you can look at the tape diagram. If we caught 10 green monsters, then I would know these tapes are the same length. So my answer would be 30 monsters. So we caught 30 blue monsters. All right, let's look at another example down here. It says the tape diagram represents the ratio of gifts received to gifts given. You received 4 gifts. So if I received 4, this one here has to equal 4. Well, there's only one box. So if I received 4, each tape has to be the same length and same quantity. So if I look at this, I'm going to take 4 times 4, and I know that that answer is 16 gifts. So I received 3 gifts, and I gave 16 gifts. All right, let's look on our next example. It says that there are 3 bones in a cat for every 4 bones in a dog. So we have here 3 bones in a cat. So we made 3 boxes. These 3 parts represent our cats, and 4 bones in a dog. So we made our tape diagram 3 to 4. The cat has 240 bones. So this cat right here equals 240 bones. How many bones does the dog have? Well, I have to take this 240 and I have to divide it into 3 boxes. So I'm going to do here 240 divided by 3. Well, most of us know that if I do it long division like this, and still bring down my 0, so the 0 at the top. So I found out that in each box, I'm going to have 80. Because 80 3 times equals 240. Well, if each one of these boxes represents 80, then the same is for the dog. So I know that if there are 240 bones in a cat, the dog would be 80, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I found out that the dog has 320 bones. All right, so let's look at another example here. I apologize that my picture did not print out very well here for my tape diagram. It says the ratio of your monthly allowance, so we have monthly allowance, to your friend's monthly allowance is 5 to 3. So your monthly allowance is 5, and your friend's is 3. Okay? All right, 5 to 3. So obviously you're bringing in more money than your friend. The monthly allowances total. So that means if we'd add all of these boxes up, they're going to equal $40. How much is each allowance? So we have $40 for all of these boxes. That means I'm going to take 40 and I have to divide it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I take $40, divide it into 8 total boxes, 40 divided by 8 would be, most of us know it is 5. So we're going to put 5 in each box. Now if I 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So it equals a total of 40. And if I look down here now, so one part represents the 40 divided by 8, which was $5 in each box. The 5 parts, which is you, 5, 10, 15, 20, you have $25, and your friend has a total of 15. So our tape diagram can help us solve our problems. All right, so let's go down here, and I'm going to ask you to take out your notes that we wrote this stuff here down on our notebook, and we're going to go ahead and solve one of these problems. We're going to practice. Let's go down here and let's look at problem number 7. You are given the number of tickets in a bag and the ratio of winning tickets to losing tickets. How many of each kind of ticket are in the bag? So we know there's a total of 35 tickets and 1 to 4. 1 to 4. The number of tickets in the bag, let's reread this. The ratio of winning tickets to losing tickets. So winning tickets is listed first, according to my story, and losing tickets is listed second. So we're going to go to our notes. Take your notes back out. Let's move our paper up here for a little bit so we can see it. And I'm going to go to my notes here in my notebook. I'll do a new sheet so you guys can see better. All right, and my ratio is going to be 1 to 4. 1 is winning. So let's put our label. We have winning tickets and we have losing tickets. Winning tickets to losing tickets is 1 to 4. So winning would be 1 box. And losing would be 5. And I try and make, obviously, my boxes close to the same size as possible. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So my tapes look like this. We have here 35 is the total number of tickets. So all of this is going to equal 35. I have to take 35 and put it in all of these boxes. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to take 35 and I'm going to divide it into 5 boxes. Most of us know that 35 divided by 5 is 7. So we're going to put 7 in all of these boxes. Well, so how much do I have here for my winning tickets? My winning tickets is 7. My losing tickets, I have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to have to take 7 times 4. My losing tickets would be a total of 28. Go ahead and try this next one for me in your notes on your own. I want you to do the same thing. You have a total of 80 tickets. 2 to 8 is the ratio. Remember which one's listed first. Pause your video, please, and solve this problem. All right, make sure you've paused your video, please. All right, let's see how you did. So we had our winning tickets and our losing tickets. Make sure you have your labels so that way I know what goes with your answer. The winning tickets, the ratio was 2. So our ratio was 2 to 8. So I put 2 tickets for my winning, and then I put 8 boxes here for my losing. There was a total of 80 tickets. I had to take that 80 and divide it into all 10 boxes, which gave me the answer 8. So I put 8 in every single tape. There were 2 here, so 8 times 2 is 16. I put all the 8s here, and there were 8 boxes, and 8 times 8 is 64. Now, if I wanted to check myself, the losing tickets were 64. I found out the winning tickets were 16. If I add these two together, they should equal my total of 80, and they do. All right, so I'd like to show you one more example of what we can do with tape diagrams. It says in a 7-game basketball series, a team's power forward scores 8 points for every 5 points the center scores. So we have a basketball player that's our forward and our center. The forward scores 8 points for every 5 that the center. So here's my ratio, 8 to 5. It says the forward scores 60 more points than the center in the series. How many points does each player score? Well, the only information I'm given here is that I have a ratio of 8 to 5. And I know that there's a number 60, but it doesn't say that the forward scores a total of 60 points. It says that the forward scores 60 more. Well, if you notice right here where they're even like this, the forward has more right here. Okay, this is obviously more. And it says this more right here has to equal 60. These 3 parts represent the additional 60 points the forward scores. So this 60 has to be divided into these 3 boxes. Well, if I would take 60 and divide it into 3 boxes, I would get a total of 20. So that means all of these are 20. If these boxes are equal to 20, guess what the rest of the boxes are equal to? 20. And now that I know what all of the boxes are equal to, I can find out here that I had 8 boxes. 8 times 20 is 160. My forward scored 160 points. My center had 5 boxes. So 5 times 20 is 100 points. Okay, so you can find answers to different kind of problems, but you have to be careful to see if I'm being told that I have 60 more or 60 total. All right, so here's your assignment. It's in your book. It's on page 119. We'll go on to page 120 as well so you can finish. We have a total of 13 problems. You're going to do 2 through 26 even. Problem number 2 is going to be a review where you have your 2 ratios, 12 to 18 and 2 to 3. You have to tell me, are they equivalent or not? Remember, we go from the first number to the first number. How do I go? Well, I like to start here at the smaller number. 2 times what is 12? 2 times 6. Now go from the second number to the second number like this, kind of a little Wonder Woman here. 3 times what is 18? And I think I said the answer. So it's actually 3 times 6 is 18. Are these numbers the same? They are. So when it says determine whether they are equivalent, you would say they are equivalent. All right. Well, now you're down to only 12 problems. All right. Go ahead and finish your assignment, please.